Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, September 23rd, and today is the Monday recap where we basically go over where we stand heading into the week for TSLY, NVDY, and MSTY. Also, newly added to the party, since I did cut how much work I'm going to do on CONY, is I'm going to cover the AMZY holdings on not only CONY, but I will look at AMZY as well. And let's see how this works. Again, unfortunately, covering four funds that involve call credit spreads, it's just, it's too much. So I had to make the decision, and I'm very happy with it, to only cover three funds with this much detail, trade by trade, day by day, income by income, losses, etc. So I'm just going to cover the three I spoke of in more detail, and then the two, CONY and AMZY, just looking at the holdings. Again, we'll play it by ear, see how it goes. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. All right, so first, what we have here, we have TSLY. TSLY has a 240 synthetic. It expires in, 54 days? And they have a 245 synthetic, same thing, expires in 54 days. So nothing to really talk about there. Let's just get to their holdings and see where we're looking at, what we're looking like this week. All right, so we're nice and zoomed out already. Good. All right, so they have someone corrected me. They said it's a call credit spread or credit, whatever. I'm getting a lot of fun comments about these call credit spreads or credit call spreads, saying I don't know what I'm talking about. But, okay, if you say so. It's a sell call, it's a buy call. What the hell do you want? So if you just look at the, the sell call portion, we got it, they're selling a call for 250. This is the largest position, 30,048 contracts. This is 4.93% out of the money. However, they have a little protection upside. We'll call it protection in case Tesla flies to the moon. Is it going to go above 160? I don't know. But if it does, they can make some money in the process. The danger zone is between 250 and 260 for this week. So we really don't want to fall in between that area. So we'll see what happens. But obviously, ideally, if we want, to win our trades, staying under 250 would be fine. But again, if it's going to go up, we want it to fly past our call, then we can make some money. But we don't want to be in the dead zone. Anyway, the other contracts, 1,315 contracts, 255 strike price, 7.03% out of the money. So we'll see how the week goes. Pre-market already looks green. So I don't know. Take it by day. Reaction, let's just start this week happy. So you get a happy face. Nothing to really cover in payment information that we didn't talk about already. They're making total income of 49 cents. Nothing going on there. Outstanding holdings, again, we talked about this on the Saturday video, but total net assets for TSLY, 711 mil. And the NAV is 1332, trade price 1331. So if we go right to NVDY, we go to their synthetic position, 87,640 contracts, 11/15 expiration, awesome. 54 days away, which means good. Leave it alone. Let's not talk about it. Now let's look at what they're doing for this week. A lot of activity here. Again, see what's going on. Call credit spreads, right? A lot of them. They're freaking attacking us. So let's look at the 4,500 contracts, 120 strike. No call credit spread here, but it's 3.45% out of the money. However, that's a small position. We look at the other positions, the majority of the positions, 43,820 contracts, 121 strike price. This is the call that they sold. This is 4.31% out of the money. They sold another call, 39,320 contracts, 120 strike. This is 3.45% out of the money. So 120 is really the number they don't want to go over. However, again, they got some, they did a buy call, long call here, 123 strike, 124 strike. So If Nvidia goes above either of those prices, then we will make money on, those calls. But we'll see. The dead zone is between 121, 124 or 120, 123. So it's kind of scattered this week. It's a little tight. We may see some action, right? We may actually make some money on one of these call credit spreads. We'll see. I don't know. Reaction, happy face. Let's get happy. All right. No reason to be a grouch. What do we got? Nothing. Yeah, no income. I don't know why I'm even covering this tab because we talked about it Saturday. But, just look at the holdings. Again, we're not at $1 billion. Again, we're at 996 million. But whatever, the NAV is at 22.92. Trade price 22.97. Okay. And then we'll look at MSTY. MSTY is my best friend right now because, again, most of you saw my dividend car video, which, by the way, please don't get any crazy ideas. Me personally, I have a higher risk tolerance. And it's a crazy idea what I'm doing. Just be careful out there, whatever you do, because Bitcoin, of course, it can go down, right? And if it does, so be it. But I don't know. Just don't follow these crazy ass YouTubers and their crazy ideas. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we got a 140 synthetic for MSTY, 33,490 contracts. Expires in 26 days. They can make money on it right now, right? It's 3.41% above the current price of MSTR. So that's good. Now, what do we got headed into this week? Well, here we go. Freaking call credit spreads, whatever the hell you guys want to call it. Tell me in the comments, what should I call it? All right, 200 contracts, 143 strike. This is in the money, so you might as well forget that one. 1.23% in the money. And then we got 16,500 contracts, 155 strike. This is 7.06% out of the money. Okay, so that position may be safe. Again, 5 trading days. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? And then we got 16,790 contracts, call credit spread. The sell call is 150 strike, 3.61% out of the money. And then they bought a call here, 160 strike, 10.51% out of the money. Dead zone here is between 150 and 160. And of course, that is a big gap. So that's very possible to fall into that dead zone. Luckily, if they fall into that dead zone under 155, they can at least win the top, the other 16.5 contracts, right? So that's good. But ideally, stay under 150. But if they're going to blow through the moon, yeah, actually, you don't want them to blow to the moon because they only have, the credit spread on half of the contract. So let's just stay under 150 for this week. All right. How's that sound? MSTR is at 144.78. Reaction, you get one more smiley face. Again, we're trying to start the week off well. Everyone should be happy. Nice, fresh week. No bitching yet. Don't worry. There'll be plenty of bitching throughout the week. And we'll see how things go. All right. So total net assets of MSTY, 510 million, growing and growing. The NAV is 22.76 and the trade price is 22.80. Okay. So that's the update on the big three. Now we will move on to the newest format that I'm doing. Okay, so bear with me. So this is CONY. I know I already lost most of the CONY people. They said I'm done. I only listen to you for CONY. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. But for the people who love CONY and have stayed with me, thank you very much. I'll do my best to still cover what I can. And here it is. So here are their holdings, all right? So in top in pink, these are the puts, synthetic put, and then obviously in orange, you'll have the synthetic, call. So sell put, buy call. Now, for this synthetic, they have a 155 and a 195. Currently, coin is at 170, right in the middle of the two. Okay, so you can see here, I did add this, the strike and the calculation, what percent out of the money. So you could see the 195, it's way out, way far away, 14.65% away. And since that expires, October 18th, that's actually coming up in less than a month. So this could be quite damaging. Right now, it would cost us $51 million to close, right? So again, pretty damaging. But the other one, the 155, that one is actually, so far it's going to be worth money, at least on the call side. Because if you go down to the call side, it's worth, 35 million, if they do close it out. Okay, so that's for the synthetics. And then in the middle, in blue, these are the weekly calls. Again, they got the freaking call credit spreads hanging out. I try to highlight the ones that are kind of, relate to one another, but it is kind of difficult. So we will look at, the ones that show positive shares. That's the buy call, okay? So it shows what they're worth. So the 182.50 should not be there. It shows it's worth a penny. This was part of my confusion and frustration, which kind of put me over the edge. So we can ignore the 182.50 because, again, if you look at the expiration, it shows 920, right? It expires 920. Shouldn't be there. But whatever. Let's skip that. So outside of that, what do they got? They got, there's the three negatives in a row. These are different strikes, okay? They got 172.50, 180, and 182.50. So we plug those strikes in here, and you can see them, okay? So the 172.50 is 1.42% out of the money. The 180 is 5.83% out of the money, and the 182.50 is 7.3% out of the money heading into this week. The largest position, though, is 172.50, so that's unfortunate. But again, we'll see how it plays out. Should they blow through these strikes, they do have the buy calls, 185 and 195. These are 8.77% away and 14.65% away. So again, if coin flies to the moon, they have this, these long calls they purchase. We'll see how it plays out. But you never know. So again, that's kind of the coverage that I'm going to do. Again, I show the CONY at the top, the price of coin. And then down here, what I do is I calculate, okay, what is the synthetic worth? In red, it's worth 17.3 mil. The call, all the weekly calls, they're worth 8.9. I'm sorry. If it's negative, it ain't worth a damn, actually. These are bringing us down. So the synthetic's negative, the calls are negative, and right now we'd have to pay, our bailout is not a bailout. It's a negative 26.3 million. So it's not really a good spot. I do show the 30-day IV of coin. It's 64% if you guys care. And then the estimate based on that would be 69 cents. Okay. So the total net assets of coin, or CONY, I should say, is 594 mil. The NAV is 12.95 and the trade price is 12.98. Again, that's going to be the coverage for CONY going forward. Same thing with the AMZY. AMZY is a little more straightforward and a little easier to look at. They just have, a synthetic. You see the pink put at the top, and then you see the orange call at the bottom. This expires November 15th, so that's good. The synthetic is 185. Right now, Amazon is 191. So if you scroll to the right, you can see, right, it's they're priced 3.44% above the call. So the call has more value than the put, which is good. All right, that's fine. The synthetic's working out. We can ignore the treasuries in the middle, obviously. So then we'll focus in blue. By the way, this is the order. I have a formula that spits out the holdings from the website, and this is the order. So if you guys are wondering why it's in some funky order, I'm just, it's formulated, so I leave it the way it is, and then I have kind of formulas that'll plug in. I'm trying to automate most of this, so it's not too much, but we'll see how it goes, guys. All right, weekly calls heading into, that expire this Friday. They got a 192.50 and a 197.50. I'm sorry. This is a call credit spread. Never mind. So they sold a call 192.50. They bought a call 197.50. All right. So how is that looking? Pretty freaking tight. Holy crap. You know, they got 5 trading days, 0.47% out of the money. So if Amazon goes up above 197.50, okay, we can make some money from the call credit spread, the buy call portion. If it stays in between 192.50 and 197.50, that's kind of the danger zone. It's kind of a crapshoot right there. So we don't want to do that. So again, this is Amazon. Amazon doesn't move as crazy as the other that I cover, but we'll see. You know, what else? That's pretty much it. So we'll go down here. We'll get to the summary. So they actually have, you know, you saw their synthetic is actually worth money. It's worth 7.5 million. So if they do go in the dead zone and they lose money, they can always do a synthetic bailout. Right now, the bailout would total 6.2 net. You know, when you net those calls together, those weekly calls plus the synthetic bailout money. 30-day IV of Amazon is 23.9%, super low. If you calculate, you know, their estimate based on the IV, it's 39 cents. Also seems super low. We're not used to such low numbers. And then the total net assets, also super low. Let me check this formula here. It goes down to 17. Yeah, it's picking up everything. All right. Total net assets, 178 mil. The NAV is 1978. Trade price is 1978. But AMZY, man, AMZY, they stay at the $20. They stay at the $19 range. They've been really consistent. So it's overall a solid fund. It doesn't surprise you like, you know, some of these others. They go nuts and crazy. But we'll see how, you know, when we start tracking it. So this is how I'm going to track AMZY and CONY. Again, it's brief. I know some of you said just cover all the funds like this, but you know, it's not the same. You're not going to see, trust me, you want to see some details so you understand what's going on with some of the funds. But unfortunately, again, I had to make a decision to cut one of them into, you know, this down to this higher level. But we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so let's go to Safari. We'll go to marketwatch.com and check out the pre-market. And right now it's 5:32 a.m. and we're looking a little green. Tesla is up 1.02%. It's at 240.69. TSLY is up 1.28%. It's at 1348. Nvidia is up 0.39%. It's at 116.45. NVDY is, oh, it just got updated. It's up 0.3%. It's at, wait, that says 5:18 a.m. I don't know. I guess that one's behind, but it just got updated. It's at 2304, which is pretty good. Coin is up 1.61%. It's at 172.82. CONY is up 1.16%, 1313. MSTR is up 2.49%, 148.35. MSTY is up 1.84%, 2322. TSLL is up 1.98%, 1184. TNA is up 0.34%, 4465. AMDY, I don't know why, but it's not updating. Okay, whatever. AMZY, not updating, unless it's flat. Bitcoin, kind of flat, but it's up 0.7%, 63,608. Again, it could show flat now, but over the weekend, it could have been moving. BitX is up 2.61%, 2952. SOXL, it's up 0.45%, 0.51%, 3372. All right, guys, so that's the update on all the funds. Again, this is kind of how the process is going forward. So I'll cover the 3 in detail. I'll cover the 2 briefly, and hopefully it'll work out. I'll take, you know, everyone's feedback. If you don't mind, let me know what you guys think. Again, today or tomorrow morning's video will be, I guess, true coverage so you can see it in action. But, you know, unfortunately, like, you're not going to be able to see how much they paid to close out the trades, you know, for like, you know, CONY and AMZY, but you get an idea, right? So hopefully, you know, covering it that way does help. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, guess what? Tonight, I'll be back. So you may have a chance to be entertained tonight. Tonight, I am interviewing both Jay, from YieldMax and Sylvia from Defiance together. All right. So this is, something different I wanted to try because, you've been seeing interviews with Jay, a lot of interviews with Jay, some interviews with Sylvia. And I figured, you know what? They kind of work together in Jay trades for Defiance. Sylvia's involved, works for Defiance. So a lot of questions, I assume would come out for Defiance tonight. Obviously, YieldMax questions will always come up. Unfortunately, Sylvia is not involved with YieldMax, so hopefully not too many. Hopefully, it's a good variety for both people, because I want to be respectful for their time. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, you guys can make it tonight. It starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will begin pulling up questions, typically 5 p.m. or after. People are messaging me questions on different platforms. I'm not I don't go to these interviews anymore. In fact, I never really did. Just the first one, I prepared questions. I don't do that anymore. I just start the interview and I pull up community questions. And if I deem it necessary to have a follow-up question, then I'll do a follow-up myself. But for the most part, I am having this for the community so the community can ask the questions, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, tonight's interview, feel free to ask, Sylvia questions or Jay questions. Again, I hope I have a good variety of both. Since I haven't interviewed Sylvia in a while, I'm prepping. There's going to be probably a decent amount of questions since their change, because as you know, they changed to weekly, but we'll see. But anyway, enough about that. What else? If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions or concerns or just want to leave feedback on the new setup, let me know. But we'll see how it goes, guys. Long day at work, long day of interviewing. But hopefully it's a good day. All right, keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, I guess we'll have a keyword. And keyword today is, we could do welcome AMZY, right? So AMZY, although we're not covering it like we do the others, we're still going to cover it. We're still going to talk about it. We're still going to keep an eye on the holdings. We're still going to see where their strikes are. We're still going to, do what they do. So we're going to cover CONY and AMZY, just that, not as crazy as detailed. You don't have to go in depth on every single fund. So, we're going to try this out, see how it goes, and go from there. So hopefully, me eliminating CONY down from the detail level and converting it to a higher level and adding AMZY is kind of making up for it, but we shall see. But anyway, today's keyword, if you made it this far in the video, is welcome AMZY. All right. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will talk to you tonight. All right. Later.